Hey everybody, I had a story that I saw in the news today. George Zimmerman's back in the news, imagine that. The little narcissist with the silly putty face apparently was at a place called Gators Bar and Grill, or Gators Riverside Grill, on Sunday the 1st. I believe it was the 1st. Apparently not. Anyway, Sunday. And he was walking past a table and saw a gentleman, two men and a woman, I believe. And one of the gentlemen had a Confederate flag tattoo on his arm, based on George Zimmerman's story when he made his police report or called the police or whatever. He said that he complimented the man on his tattoo, and the man then says, "Aren't you that guy?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm that guy." And then he goes on to explain how he killed killed Trayvon. He goes on to tell how he did it in self-defense, and here it is all these years afterwards, and he's still talking about it, bragging, pretty much bragging. Just some things you don't freaking talk about in public. Obviously, you just don't, but he does. So here he is talking to this man and his group that are there eating their meal. And another man overhears it, and he walks up to him and says, "You're seriously bragging about it?" And now, based on what George said, he says, "Hold on, let me get quieted down in here." Okay, so he says, "Oh, I don't want any trouble," and the guy punches him, and then he goes to take off. George calls the police. And I've got the 911 call, and I'll let you just hear this call.
This man just punched me in the face.
Okay, is he still there?
Yep. He said he's going to kill me.
Does he have any weapons?
You need to send like 3 or 4 cops. I don't know. He said he would.
Is he away from you now?
No, his friends are trying to pull him away. He hit me. He hit my friend's cell phone.
Okay, did you see any weapons?
Face. No.
Okay. Do you know his name?
Nope.
Okay, so you don't know who he is?
No.
Okay. Has anybody been drinking?
They have, obviously.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
I'd rather give it to the officers when they get here.
Okay.
They're coming back to start.
Okay, just don't say anything to him, okay?
Okay. Now they're getting in their cars and they're trying to leave.
Okay, tell me if he goes towards 415.
He's drunk as too. He's leaving.
Okay.
Y'all don't have anybody here yet?
Sir, they're on the way and I'm updating them. Did you see a tag number on the motorcycle?
No, ma'am. He just said, "F you, your lover," and took off. That's his words, not mine.
Okay. What started the argument?
He recognized me.
Yeah. All right, they're on the traffic stop now, okay?
The guy punched me in the face and called me a lover.
Okay. Do you need me to get the paramedics to check you out, or are you okay?
Yes.
You
no,
do want
I
them?
don't know where I'm bleeding from. Yeah, it tastes blood.
Okay. Okay. I will get them en route to you, sir.
And so the dude leaves. His name is Eddie, and he takes off on a Harley. And George doesn't have any of his information, didn't get the tag. You know why? Because he was too much of a coward to walk out there and get the number off the plate. Yes, he was assaulted, blah, 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 blah. Based on what Zimmerman said, I just told you what his side of the story was, okay? So based on that, Zimmerman was just really bad public etiquette, pretty much, by talking about the murder of a teenage person that he was tried and let loose on. Kind of taboo. All right. But then you look at all the witnesses, what they have to say, and they go, "Oh, no, 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 no." First off, George's story doesn't match the witnesses. And it also doesn't match the story from his own friend that was with him. His own friend. The people that he had been speaking to about the tattoo, the Confederate flag one, Somebody had made the comment that he said, "I like your racist tattoo." I don't think he said that. I really don't think he said that. But some people hate him to the point that they would say he said it. I can understand people hating him that badly. The people that he was speaking to, this man named Joseph Whitmer and I believe his wife, and then like a friend and that friend's wife, I guess. Anyway, the group, whoever they were to each other, said what happened was George Zimmerman came over, complimented the man on his tattoo, and then went on to say, "I'm George Zimmerman. I'm that man that killed Trayvon Martin." Whips out his ID and shows it to prove that it's him. He's looking for a fan base. He's thinking, oh, this guy's wearing a Confederate flag tattoo on his arm. He's one of me. He'll appreciate what I've done. It's just beyond creepy. This is the people that he apparently thought he was one of them. And when he made his claim, he probably should have got his story straight with them first. They wouldn't have defended him. Obviously, they said they were pretty insulted by it as well. Here's this man, they said he was bragging. He was bragging that he'd killed a kid. And I believe that one of the stories I read said that they had asked him to get away from their table. Just get away from our table. Go away. And I think that was the wife that said that she had said, get away from our table. So when that man walks up and says, you're seriously bragging about it, the owner said they got into a shoving match, and he didn't even see George get hit. He just saw the shoving match. He was like, I don't even know that he got hit. So George supposedly gets hit. Witnesses say he didn't. The owner said, don't come back. Every time you come in at something, just don't even bother to come back in here. People don't want him around because he is such a freaking weirdo. And, I mean, if you're going to come in and you're going to have your meal and leave and go back to a normal life, that's one thing. George hasn't been able to do that. He has to put himself out there, and every now and then, it'll make the news. So, the guy will be prosecuted, I'm sure, for this assault, and I'm sure he will gladly do it. But here's the problem. On top of bragging, on top of murdering a kid and getting away with it, there's no remorse. Okay, even if you thought that kid was a threat during the murder, you at least afterwards, when you find out the details of the story, you're like devastated. Oh my God, this is nothing like I thought it was. And now this kid is gone. You don't see that with him because his narcissism is so intense. His ego is so massive. It's the same size as his big fucking head. So that's the other thing. And then his public etiquette in a restaurant is horrific because he is so focused on his own fame. And since there's other shootings taking precedence in the headlines, he's fallen to the wayside a little bit. He will always be iconic of horrific gun ownership and racism. Always. Always. Down in history, that's where he will be. The only time you will see anyone praise him is in a white supremacy situation, the halls of the KKK. You'll see it there. That's it. You are not going to see him go down in history as any kind of a freaking hero of any kind. Now, this guy, Eddie, that took off on his Harley after punching him in the face, I envy his knuckles so bad. He's my hero. Oh, I want to get a picture of him. I'm going to frame it, hang it on my fucking wall. Oh, he's my hero. I am so jealous that he got to punch that dude in the face. And anyway, I hope that someone starts a legal fundraiser. I'm sure somebody will. For this man, for anything he has to pay fee-wise for what he did. Because everybody, not everybody, but a lot of folks are like, oh yeah, God, I'm so jealous. Okay, where's that? So, I've got to wonder how much of a vagina this guy is. Zimmerman. He only gets ballsy when he's toting a gun. Or when he's bragging about murder. Like it makes him more of a man than the next man. You know who the men are? The one that was sitting at the table that said, get the hell away from here. And the one that punched him in the face. Those are men. And not everyone appreciates that someone murdered a kid. I don't care what color that kid is. So, you got this guy, a grown man, George Zimmerman, big badass, big man on campus, and he has to call the cops because he got punched in the face and he can taste blood. Oh my God. I've been in actual physical fights with men, grown men, large framed, muscular grown men, okay? No bullshit. One time, here in Florida years ago when my kids were smaller, one dude got in a fight with him, and I did a video about it. It's on my channel. Over a year ago, I did my video. Dude, man, had me down on the ground, on my back, middle of the night, had his hands around my throat, and he was choking me. Guy lived 3 doors down, 2 or 3 doors down from me. When I got up and got away from him, and I walked home, pissed off, because he got the best of me, I never called the cops. I didn't call the cops. I took my lumps. He got lumps from me. I got lumps from him. We were done. Until the next time, you know. I was like, there will be a moment that I will catch him off guard and he'll get his, you know. And it didn't happen. But I didn't come home and call the cops. And you got George Zimmerman going, I should be able to freely brag about the murder of a kid without being punched in the face or anyone being angry with me. No, sorry, tough shit, ain't gonna happen. I had said when he got off for the murder, I said, I hope that bitch has to look over his shoulder for the rest of his days. Looks like that's what's happening. And I'm very happy for it. And I hope he never has a moment's rest. Ever. Ever. But at least he called the cops and didn't shoot the dude. At least he didn't shoot him. Because Lord knows he is really good for that. He really is. He's very good for that. That's his claim to fame. Murder. And then bragging about it now. I mean, when are people just going to realize that the system let a man off that should be in jail? They let a man off the hook that should never see the light of day again. But it is what it is, and we have to just hold out for these amazing feel-good stories about him where somebody gets a lick in on him. Because we can't. Because, you know, well, he lives in Florida and I live in Florida, and if I ever cross paths with him, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. If he ever finds himself traveling through Jacksonville, George, you might want to stop and meet me. Because I know you can shoot a kid, a black kid, but can you fist fight a white woman? Probably not, because you're probably really out of shape. I hate him. I can't stand the man, and it just makes me feel good. Every time something bad happens to him, an angel gets its wings. Yes, every time something really bad or negative or just not good happens for Georgie, something good happens for a kitten, or an angel gets its wings, or some deserving person gets a lump sum of money. So I'm just glad I could bring you this story. It made me feel really good. I hope it brightened your day to know that George got punched in the face and he's such a vagina that he felt that he had to call the police, because that is hilarious to me. So, I've got more balls than him. That is so sad. That is so embarrassing for him. It's so embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for him. I'm embarrassed for his father. The fuck did you raise? You didn't raise a man. I can promise you that much, buddy. Anyway. Thanks for stopping by and listening to my shit. Hit the red button below and hang out with me some more. And everyone have an amazing night. Bye.